And the best of luck with that. Now, today's guest is unquestionably one of the UK's most popular musical artists. As 1/5 of the Spice Girls, she sold an excess of astonishing 53 million records while starting the revolution of girl power that still burns brightly 18 years on. In addition, her solo career has seen her amass sales of 3 million plus and awards aplenty. She joins us today, having just completed her UK and Ireland tour that delighted audiences with her unique, energised performances night after night. We'll be having a look at her on stage and in action in a little while. But first, please welcome Mel C.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm actually all right.
Yeah. Good.
I thought I'd be exhausted, but I'm all right.
Is that because you're fast approaching your middle age? You're reaching your peak?
I can't wait.
How old are you now?
What is middle age?
I don't know. How old are you, if you don't mind
I'm
me asking?
38.
See, you're a way off. You've got at least...
Do you think?
4,
Isn't
5,
60
6
the new
years?
40, 40 the new 60, they're saying? So it's
60's the new 40, hopefully.
Yeah.
Do you know what I think as well, I think we just have a younger outlook now. You know, when I look at my parents and my grandparents, you know, my mum still loves fashion and she's got very youthful in the way she thinks and she's still really young.
So you agree with
Great.
Janet? It's a state of mind.
Mel, what you said is really true, because when I was 18 or 19, I looked at my mum. She looked like some prehistoric character. She seemed so old, but now she was probably only 38.
Yeah, well, you know...
I don't mean that nasty, but you know what I mean.
But, you know, my mum's a grandma, but she doesn't look like what I imagine a stereotypical grandma to look like, you know?
We're all younger nowadays, does that make sense?
Yeah.
And I think, you know, we have better nutrition, we know more about health and we look after ourselves better. So,
Do you keep yourself really fit? Do you really look after yourself?
I try to. I love working out. I find it's really good for my head as well as my body.
Well, that was your thing, you're sporty.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, I'm sportier now than ever, really. I did my first triathlon last year.
Oh, wow.
And, it was something I'd always wanted to do. And since having my little girl, it's made me very courageous. And I've done so many of the things I'd never had the courage to do before. And, I really enjoyed the training and the event, and I'm going to do it again this year.
Oh, are you going to do it for a charity, or did you do it for any particular reason?
I did the event last year for Sparks, which is a children's charity. Yeah. And, I did really good. I raised £10,000.
Good.
So I was really excited. Thank you. Yeah, I had some very, very generous sponsors. So hopefully this year... I haven't picked my charity yet, so I'm going to have a little think about that. There's so many amazing causes.
You'll be inundated now.
It's difficult.
Mel, we were talking earlier about, you know, plans in the EU to introduce a law about sexist comments in the street. And I was thinking about when the Spice Girls started and how you made such a big thing. It was a central part of your philosophy was empowering, saying to young girls, you know, stick up for yourselves, girl power, you can do it. Yeah. Do you think now, though, looking back on how girls have conducted themselves, that it's, in fact, what's happened is that, I don't know, it's gone a little bit too far in the way that they dress and behave?
I think it's really interesting. I think culture has changed, as it does. It evolves, doesn't it? And I think, you know, as women, I think we are more confident and, you know, stronger in expressing ourselves in the way that we dress and everything, and, you know, in music. Sex has always sold, and it's nothing new. Madonna was getting in trouble in the 80s, but I think...
She must have had a menopause by now.
She looks amazing, doesn't she?
You never hear about it, though, do you?
But looking back at how the Spice Girls dressed, I mean, I remember when you, at the night of the Brit Awards, I came to the party you had, and you were all dressed provocatively, but in a cheeky way. It was friendly. It wasn't as overtly sexy as now. When you have singers like Rihanna now, she seems to have taken it to a level. It's quite dangerous, her relationship with her audience. What do you think about?
I think the boundaries have really, really changed. And, you know, and I've been criticised for commenting on this in the past. And I've been praised as well in some ways, because I think a problem arises when it affects our children, and I think it is affecting our children, and, you know, they are sexualised way too young, and, you know, we have problems with the internet as well, and there's lots of young girls and boys watching porn, and the way they view sex and women as
And
sexual
even
objects
music
is
videos
very...
these days are much more sexualised than they used to.
Yeah.
You think back to Wanna, you know, the wannabe video was fun, it was full of life and jumping on tables. Nowadays, that would be seen as a bit cheesy.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's incredible, isn't it, how quickly things have changed. And that's why I was so pleased when Little Mix won X Factor this year, because I think they have such a youthful essence. They're really young, they're cheeky, they're fun, they've got great voices, and they look like young girls. They don't look like sophisticated, sexy women.
And the choreography that's expected of pop bands nowadays, with all the gyrating and everything, you see kids trying to emulate that, like 12, 13-year-olds.
Well, you know what I think the thing is, which is interesting, you know, I truly believe that art is like... I think Rihanna is incredible, and, you know, free expression, you know, we live in a part of the world, thank goodness, where we have, you know, freedom of speech and expression, and that's a great, great thing. But I think that these young people, that's how they want to express themselves, because culture's changed. I think that's the interesting point. It's not that... I don't believe anyone's being made to do that. I think that's what they feel is...
Or has it been so normalised that they don't think any differently?
I think it's that thing of that the boys are so kind of predatory with the girl in the kind of, like you were talking about rap earlier. You've got girls that are going, well, I can do the same to you, and they're being as kind of aggressively sexual. And it's sending out the wrong messages, isn't it?
That's the word I used earlier. It's aggression now, isn't it? It's not cheeky anymore. It's not fun anymore. It seems to be very aggressive.
But I think, you know, when people have criticised me, you know, it's been more along the lines of, well, it's your responsibility as a parent. So, OK, it is then, you know, I wouldn't want my little girl to watch those videos until I feel she's of an age where it is appropriate.
OK. We're going to leave it there just for the moment, but you're going to stay with us after the break, aren't you?
Yes,
Because we're not quite through with her just yet. It's time for a quick break. First, though, take a look at which other pop idol will be joining in the fan tomorrow. Today's Loose Swim is your last chance this lunchtime to see the question that could win one of two prizes, each worth £10,000. Take a look. Which of these is the name of a 1991 road movie? Is it A, Thelma and Louise, B, Tanya and Lisa, or C, Tina and Lorraine? Call 09012 931 941. Calls cost no more than £1.03 from BT landlines. Other networks may be higher and mobiles considerably more. Text your answer, A, B or C, to 63303. Text cost £1 plus one standard network rate message. You can also enter for free at itv.com. Entrance must be 18 or over. Entries made after lines close at 11 a.m. on Monday the 12th of March will not be counted, but may still be charged. OK, best of luck with that. Well, we're still here shooting the breeze with today's guest, Mel C. Now, before you came on, we did a little poll, and basically we ran it earlier just to see if you would be offended, not you personally, but our viewers at home, but you can tell us what you think, by a wolf whistle. And here are the results. We asked, would you be offended by a wolf whistle? Now, the results are yes is 11% would be offended by a wolf whistle, and no is a massive 89% would not be offended by a wolf whistle. What do you think?
Does anybody wolf whistle anymore? It's not 1975, is it?
And that's the sad truth.
Yeah.
Should wolf whistle more?
I think if I was wolf whistled, I'd pretend I was offended, but inside I'd be going, yes.
Still got it. Still got it.
Yeah, it's a tricky one, isn't it, that one? I think, because it depends on who's being wolf whistled, whether you're offended or not, doesn't it? The whole thing's kind of, it's dodgy ground,
And
really.
it depends how it's done as well, and if it's kind of cheeky. The most embarrassing thing is, you know, if you do hear one and you go, thanks. Oh, so that 12-year-old behind me.
Not you, love.
Yeah, no, exactly. Now, today is, of course, it's International Women's Day. So, you know, we were talking about the importance of role of women in society. How important a role do you think that mothers play in particular on a day like today?
I think it's probably the most important, isn't it? You know, we're bringing up a new generation. And I became a mum 3 years ago. And I have to say, it's the best thing that ever happened to me. But at times, it can be the hardest as well, you know. And I'm working with P&G at the moment, and they have a Thank You Mum campaign. And they've done some research, and 88% of mothers in the UK feel guilty about being so busy and, you know, not spending enough time with their children, which I think is incredible, isn't it?
Well, I've felt that. I mean, I think it's
can
just
totally
really common.
identify with
I think
it.
we're told though now that we can have it all, aren't we? Every day we're told we can have it all. You can have the career, you can have the kids, you can have this. I don't think you can. You know, I don't think you can.
And the most important role, as you say, is bringing up the next generation.
Yeah.
And
But
I
Mel, don't
totally
you think
agree.
that most mums never get thanked for what they do? They get taken for granted.
This is the whole point of the campaign. It's really trying to encourage the nation to say thank you more. Because I think when you're working hard and you're looking after the family and all the million and one things mums have to do, a little thank you goes a long way, doesn't it?
And I think in an economic recession like we're going through at the moment, the pressure on people for things like Mother's Day, they think they have to shell out loads of money on flowers and cards. But isn't the truth that people rather
not
just
at all.
have a thank you?
But it's the simple things, isn't it? Like doing the washing up or unloading the, you
Or
know,
a homemade
the washing
card,
machine
a
or
card
something.
that's been made
Well,
by your
don't you think
child.
they're always the best?
Always the best.
Or also, I mean, I've got a 10 and a 5-year-old who fight like cat and dog sometimes. The best present for me would be a whole day of no fighting. If you're watching, which you shouldn't be because you're at school, but, you know, apart from as a job, that would be... I mean, I can remember making my mum, you know, it was breakfast in bed on Mother's Day. It was vile, but she ate it, and something like that. Or
Like boiled eggs that were uncooked.
That's it. Yeah, a little bit of salmonella goes
darling,
a long way.
yeah.
What would you like to get for Mother's Day?
I just want to spend time with my little girl because, you know, being a working mum, we're apart quite a lot. And I just, you know, relish the days when we are together.
Does she know who you are? Do you know what I mean? You know, because she's 3, isn't she?
Yeah.
Does she know what Mummy does for a living? And all
She
that?
does, but I don't know what her concept of that is. She knows that Mummy's a Spice Girl.
Does she?
Does she think
does.
that's a superhero or something?
How does she know that?
Because I taught her. Sit down, watch this.
Seriously? Did you?
You know, I think what happened, because I released my album last year and I had my new video and I thought, oh, bit of fun, I'll let her watch it because it wasn't overtly provocative or anything.
No, that's
And
all right.
we watched it and then I thought, you know what? I'm going to get some old Spice Girls videos up. And so we watched Wannabe and she was just like, you know, open-mouthed. And so then I thought, oh, I'll get Say You Be There. And I just put a few videos on for her. And she, you know, absolutely loved it. And then, you know, just trying to explain to her. I don't know what it means to her, but she knows that Mummy sings and she sees me on TV. And
Well, going on that, you see, I've got an email here from Grant, and he said, I was at one of the Spice Girls reunion shows back in 2007, and it was the best concert ever. Why was it never released on DVD?
the reason it's never been released is because it wasn't recorded.
I can't believe
Did
it.
someone
I
not
know.
press the button or something?
I know. Well, it was, oh my goodness. I mean, it was such an incredible show. We were so proud of it. And we did have recordings each night of the screens because, you know, these big pop shows, you have all the big screens everywhere. But it was never recorded for a DVD, never lit properly. And so that will never happen, unfortunately.
shame.
It is. It's such a shame.
Can I ask you a question from Claire? And she says, do you think all the children of the Spice Girls could get together and form the greatest pop band ever? What do you think?
I think that's a really silly question.
Sorry, Claire. I tried.
Mel, can I ask you
tried.
about the musical? It's going to use all your songs that
Yeah.
Jennifer Saunders has
Yes.
written. When's it going to open?
We're hoping it's going to be ready by the end of the year. And it's so exciting for us to have Jennifer writing the story and Judy Kramer's producing, who produced Mamma Mia. And what a dream team, you know, we've
So
really
is
got.
someone going to play you in it?
No, it's going to be a new story.
Yeah.
Jennifer's written a new story inspired by the songs. And I think because Jennifer's known us for a long time, we worked together on the movie and we did a comic relief song one year, the Sugar Lumps, and the people remember. Yeah, so she knows us and she knows the dynamics and the chemistry. So there's definitely going to be essence of us in there, but they're going to be new characters.
So it'll be more like the Mamma Mia type of thing, where it had nothing to do with the ABBA per se.
I
but-
think it's maybe closer to the Spice. It's not autobiographical, but it's closer than Mamma Mia is to being about ABBA, yeah.
Now, I mentioned right at the beginning, you know, were you tired? Because you only just finished your tour last night in Brighton. What are your plans now? Are you putting your feet up for a little while? Or what
No,
are you doing?
I've got 2 days off and I'm going to spend with my little girl. And then I've got a very, very exciting new project. But I'm I'm not allowed to talk. But all will be revealed on Saturday, and it's something I've not done before, and I'm really excited, and it's going to be really brilliant.
It's not to do with the Olympics, is it?
It's not to do with the Olympics, no. But I'm very excited about that as well, actually.
Have you managed to get tickets? Are you
I
going to
have.
go
I've
along?
got tickets for the gymnastics. Yeah, and I've been helping with some fundraising.
What, are you going
as
to be
well.
a gymnast?
You know, one of my childhood ambitions was to be an Olympic gymnast, and I can't believe now the Olympics are here in London, and I'm going to one of the events. Really excited. Yeah.
Is that rumour about the opening ceremony? What's all that about? Are you going to go and watch now you're not doing it?
Well, these tickets are hard to get hold of.
Yeah.
And I was talking earlier about the campaign, the Thank You Mum. You can win tickets, actually. I think there's going to be some details on your website later.
Okay.
And there's an opportunity to win tickets for your mum, for Mother's Day, for the Olympics.
Oh, amazing.
So, yeah.
My mum can't run that fast, though. She's nice and all, but, you know. Hello, Mum. But, well, do you have any specific plans for Mother's Day? Because, of course, it's just round the corner.
Yeah.
Are you going to do anything?
We're going to do lunch. Myself, Scarlett, and my mum. Three
lovely.
generations, just have a nice relaxed day.
Well, you enjoy your 2 days off.
Thank you very much.
And, of course, give our love to all the other Spices.
I will when I see you.
Wherever they are in the world. It's Mel C, everyone.
Yeah.
Nice to see you. Okay, that is it for today. We have got some good fun lined up. Of course, it's our Friday Fun Day. We are going to be joined by David Essex and the lovely Jill Halfpenny. Plus, you can find out how our Sherry got on with her trip to Downing Street, because that's where she is right now. All that and more tomorrow at 12:30. Have a lovely day.